Hola, mi nombre es Grecia Cruz. Tengo 15 años y curso en el tercer año de secundaria en el Colegio Bilingüe Anglo-Español. El día de hoy les interpretaré en inglés a Aung San Suu Kyi, una mujer que luchó por la democracia en su país. I am Aung San Suu Kyi. I was born in Yangon, Myanmar, also known as Burma, on June 19, 1945. My father, the founder of the Communist Party of Burma, Aung San, was assassinated in 1947, when I was only 2 years old. I was the youngest of 3 children. I had 2 brothers, Aung San Lee, who died at a young age in a cement accident, and Aung San Oh, who migrated to San Diego, California, and became a U.S. citizen. After my father's death and the establishment of a new independent Burmese government, my mother, Daw Khin Chhi, became a prominent figure in politics, working for the External Affairs Ministry. I was educated through many different school systems in many different places, including Burma, India, England, New York, and Japan. While I was studying at Oxford Academy, I met Michael Iris, a Tibetan culture scholar whom I married in 1972. We had 2 sons together, Alexander in 1972 and Kim in 1977. We remained in England until 1985. And finally, in 1988, I went back to Burma to take care of my dying mother, and my life took a dramatic turn. While I was in Burma taking care of my mother, military dictator since 1962, General Ne Win, resigned on July 23rd, uprising that the military junta in power would suppress by killing thousands of pro-democracy protestants. My first political action was sending an open letter to the government, asking them to prepare for a multi-party election. However, they created a law that limited the number of people who could gather to discuss politics. Despite all of the attempts of the government to have the full control of the country, on September 24th, the National League for Democracy was formed, with me as its Secretary General. On January 2nd, 1989, after attending my mother's funeral, I publicly announced that as both my mother and father had served the people of Burma, so would I, even unto death. And then, defying the law set by the government, I traveled throughout the country delivering speeches in support of democracy. However, on July 20th, I was placed under house arrest at my home in Rangoon, where I remained until July 10th, 1995. Despite being unable to run, the NLD won the first democratic elections by 82%. However, the military junta refused to acknowledge the results and remained in power. During my imprisonment, I received a number of human rights awards, including the Nobel Peace Prize in 1991, which my sons Alexander and Kim accepted on my behalf. And I was able to deliver my acceptance speech on July 16, 2012. From 1995 to 2000, I continued my attempts for democratic Burma, despite being under strict supervision, threats from the government, and the death of my dear husband on 1990, whom was diagnosed terminal prostate cancer on 1997. During that time, neither my husband nor my children were allowed into the country, as a desperate try to make me leave. I was very fortunate to have such a wonderful husband who gave me the understanding that I needed. There was never a point where I thought of leaving. I knew that I wouldn't leave, and he knew too. Yet, on September 23rd, 2000, I was placed under house arrest once more, and was finally released on November 13, 2010, having missed the first democratic elections since 1990 once again. After I was released from house arrest, I knew that I could be detained again, but I was not frightened, because it's not fear, but a possibility that I live with. This is my situation, and I have to accept it. They have done it before, and it is very possible that they would do it again. But it's not something I fear every day. It is just my situation. Internationally, I have been described as Burma's Mandela's moment, comparing it to the day in 1990 when Nelson Mandela walked out free from jail in South Africa. But I think our situation is much more worse than that. By that time, South Africa had already made some movement towards democracy. Here in Burma, we're nowhere near that. We haven't even started. I've always been deeply influenced by non-violent civic leaders, like Dr. Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi. As a leader, I have found the balance between defiance and nonviolence. I'm currently 70 years old, and in the 2015 elections, in which my party won, Hitin Kia was elected president. Whom I've known since high school and has been my longtime advisor. And because of my marriage to an English national, I remain constitutionally banned from the presidency. However, on April 2016, the position of state councillor was created to allow me a better role in the country's affairs. I will remain to rule above the president until changes to the constitution can be addressed. Thank you.